What's going on, guys? Part 3 of the VT build. I'm not going to do a big long intro today. Just going to get stuck straight into it. I got to replace a few things. Going to replace the crank angle sensor, O2 sensors, and there's a lot of liquid coming from the exhaust, so we got to get down to the bottom of that. We'll pick up the video when I get down to the car and we'll make a start. Nope, I've forgotten something. It looks like I got coolant on it in a few places, actually. I'm gonna have to check the timing chain that I did the other week. Yeah, here's what it is, I guess. Yeah, it was a lot easier than what I thought was going on with it.
Yeah.
G'day guys, we're back here with the car. I've got some things here. These are some of the things we're gonna replace today. I got my supercharger gasket, O2 sensors and a crank angle sensor. It is a second-hand crank angle sensor, but should do the trick. My crank angle sensor is not bad, I don't think, but I wanted to replace it because I got heaps of coolant in the plug port. Rule out any possibilities of it being the crank angle sensor. First of all, we're going to get stuck straight into the O2 sensors, so let's go to that.
Just another day and another dollar, bruh. I'm dialing in, just count it up. Another win, can't get enough. Watch me pivot in a clay for my love. Pisces, I live in a lake and I love it. Golden, yeah, I got the swing with the club.
Alright, so we got the car jacked up. I'm going to jump under. Take that bad boy out down there, and I'll do the same on the other side. You might not be able to see this side, but it's down there, and I'm going to swap them out. I'm not going to film myself doing that because I don't think I can. It's in a really bad area, so I'll just come back when I've changed them over and we'll try turn her on, see how she sounds. Alright guys, first start up with the new O2 sensors in. I've got my engine data here, so I can see whether the O2 sensors are actually working. So I'll be looking at left-hand O2 sensor and right-hand O2 sensor and seeing what they read. Oh, runs really rough. So yeah, now those O2 sensors are working properly. See 447 MB, 447 MB. That's perfect. I just got to figure out why it's running so rough. See, the whole car's shaking. Could just be because it's cold, but yeah, I know exactly why it was running rough. Look at that. There's a bit of coolant down there because I just burped it. We'll have another look now that it's plugged in. Oh, much better. Still running a bit rough. Alright, so changed the O2 sensors over and it still runs really rough. I'm thinking, well, I'm leading to it being the supercharger to intake gasket. I did reuse it and it did get coolant on it, but when I put it back together it looked alright. But maybe I didn't torque it down enough. I'm just going to replace it. I've got a brand new one from Mace Engineering and I'm just going to replace it, just get it. At least that won't be the issue anymore. We could be looking at coils, spark plugs, leads, anything. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I've already filmed me doing that in the first episode, so I'm not going to film myself doing it now. It's just going to get boring and overused. So yeah, I'm just going to get stuck into it, change it. First thing I'm going to do is unplug the fuel pump relay, turn the car on, run it until it dies so it depressurizes. I'll have to take the injectors off and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to do that and I'm going to get back to you shortly. Alright guys, new gasket has been put on. That's the new one. This was the old one. I remember getting coolant up here, sort of where it's discolored. It looks like I got coolant on it in a few places actually. That could be the issue to our vacuum problem. Now I did finally hook up the boost gauge back up again because I did have it working before I took the motor out. I took the vacuum hose off, it got destroyed, I plugged it back up, and so I rerouted a new line, and normally the vacuum was sitting around 20 there, and when I just hooked it up it was sitting around 13, so it did indicate that I was having some sort of vacuum leak or something. Been multiple things, but I reckon it was that supercharger gasket. So with that, we got the supercharger off. We'll replace the gasket, and then we'll try start it again, see if the boosters change back up to 20, see if it runs a bit better. I'm hoping it's the issue. It looks like it with all the spots on the gasket that I got coolant on. I'm just stupid. I didn't want to spend another 30 bucks on a gasket when I put the motor back in, and it turns out I would have had to anyway. So do it properly. Buy all new gaskets when you're taking stuff off, because it does make a massive difference. Okay, we're all back together. Had all this off, replaced that gasket underneath the supercharger. I've got everything back on. There's a hose just there that wasn't hooked up last time. It's hooked up. I've got everything else hooked up. I reckon we try crank it for the first time now. All right, here we are. No, I've forgotten something. All right, we will try that again. Didn't have the back of the actuator. I had that just hanging there. It wasn't connected to the boost bypass valve, so we'll try that again now. All right, well, that's pretty bad news. Now the only thing I can think of, because I have torqued it all to spec, like the supercharger, I've torqued that to spec. All the vacuum lines are in. I made sure, double checked, triple checked. I'm gonna have to check the timing chain that I did before the other week. Could be a tooth out or something causing low vacuum. So I'm gonna get to that. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. We're back here at the motor. I'm gonna have to take the belts off, drop the coolant, take the radiator out so I have enough room to get that bolt off for the harmonic balancer, and get the pulley tool in and pull it all out. Take a photo before you take your belts off. Trust me, do it. It's a 15mm for the tensioners. Loosen the tension, take the belts off. Then we're gonna take the lower radiator hose off to drop the coolant. Then from there we can take this hose out, radiator out, with the power steering reservoir over, and I'll come back to you then. So we've got the coolant out. I'm deciding to keep the radiator in because I've got all the oil lines hooked up. I don't really want to be draining that, and we'll just see if we've got enough clearance to take that balancer off. But yeah, at the moment I'm just taking this pulley off, 5/16 bit, get a rattle gun or an impact, get it off. Then I'll get this power steering pulley off. It's a 10mm, I believe, or a 3/8 or something. And then we'll try to get the balancer off. Okay, so I did have to take the radiator out. What I did, both my batteries for my Makita drill were dead. So what I had to do was put a nice long bar and a socket in there, have it hooked up to the subframe. What I did was I cranked it just the tiniest little bit, and the pressure of the bar loosens it while it's spinning, using the starter mode to spin the harmonic balancer. So that's how I did it. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but there's a lot of people that do. Okay, so I've got the puller in. Now when you buy these kits, they come with really big bolts. You only need, I think it's a 6mm. Yeah, so you only need a 6mm. I grabbed these washers that were really big on the outside so they don't pull through. 6mm grab the biggest ones you can, and yeah, just screw them into the holes in the balancer, and yeah, screw them in, and then tighten this down, and as you spin it, the pulley will come off.
Well, now you need some drive, get a license, or you get caught up downtown way too enticing. Dark days, brighter lights in the night. Ay. Keep it cool, play it right, skip the bison. Get dope, get in it.
Now it's time for the water pump. If you undo that screw there, and I think it's either one of these two here, coolant will drain out, so always just have a pan down there ready to go. To it, 13mm again. Now just go along, take out all the bolts, and don't forget the one at the very bottom there. This off too. That connects to the timing cover. It's just full of coolant, so again, just have a pan ready.
Tell me who gon' rise and fall. I've been running from my flaws, still I'm standing 10 feet tall. Mirror, mirror, don't you lie. I can see it in my eyes. Truth gon' surface every time, even when no other skies. Dancing with my shadow in a room full of gold, trying to count on my regrets.
Just having a look now. Doesn't look like this. See that dot at the very top there? It's in line with that dot there. Yeah, don't really know. Looks to be all right. The tension is good. Got good tension. I'm gonna do a little bit more digging. I rechecked the timing. Put a photo up here. It's mark to mark, and I've just put it all back together again. New gaskets. I did put a little bit of sealant in the sides where it meets the block, and yeah, put the 3 bolts in underneath. Now I've got to tighten up the water pump pulley, put the power steering pump pulley on, another pulley just there as well. We found the problem. So I actually bent up the fuel rail so that middle injector wasn't actually sitting in the hole properly. Now that that's done, runs 100 times smoother. Yeah, give you a cheeky rev. Alright guys, that wraps it up for today. Got it running. Runs a lot better than what it did, and it actually holds vacuum. I'll put some photos up now. Yeah, it was a lot easier than what I thought was going on with it. I spent all day taking apart the timing chain and all that, and just for it to be a bent fuel rail. Like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me how I'm doing with the videos, and what I should do to the car, what I should check on the car, and yeah.